What is going on, guys? Today we are going to be doing something a little bit different. We are going to be testing the accelerations on every single supercar. So I created a quarter-mile drag strip. We seeded each car and we created two sides of the bracket. We got the red region and the blue region. And as you can see right here, the red region, number 1 seed Cyclone, 2 seed Vagner, just etc., etc. All those, you can look at them, pause it if you want to. But we go to the blue region here. We got the number 1 seeded 811. 2 seed, T20, and all the rest. As you can see in the red region, there is a play-in game for the 8 and 9 seed, so we're going to jump into that right away. And I hope you guys enjoy the video. Alright, here we are in the play-in game. We got the RE7B getting off to a rough start with some tire spin, and the F&J just blows past it. It does not look like the RE7B is going to catch it. And there you go, the F&J is going to be the 8 seed for the red region. And then we got the ETR1 versus the Taipan. Pretty much same story. The ETR1 has some pretty nasty tire spin, and the Taipan just capitalizes on it, and it will be the 9 seed for this region. So here is the finalized bracket with the 8 and 9 seed confirmed. There are a lot of first round matchups, so we're going to get right into it and just rapid fire these off. First up, we got the number 1 Cyclone versus 16 seeded Vaca. The Cyclone's electric, the Vaca's a day 1 slow supercar. So, I mean, there's no competition there. Cyclone absolutely demolishes it there. Comes the Vaca finally. And the Cyclone will be moving on. Next, we got the 8-seeded FMJ versus the 9-seeded Taipan, the winner of the play-in games. And the Taipan gets a great jump off the rip. Is the FMJ going to be able to catch it? No, it does not. So the Taipan will be moving on to the next round. First upset of the day. Number 5, Nero versus the 12-seeded Penetrator. Penetrator gets off to a great jump. Will the Nero be able to? Yes, it will be able to eke out against the Penetrator and move on, avoiding an early upset. The 4-seeded Tempesta versus the 13-seeded 900R. The Tempesta absolutely dusted off the rip. The 900R is known for its top speed, not its acceleration, and it's evident here as the Tempesta will be moving on to the next round. And now we got the 6-seeded Visione versus the 11-seeded Reaper. I thought this could be an early upset, but it doesn't look like it. It looks like the Visione is just going to get off quicker and pretty much stay right about there all the way to the end. Next, we got the 3-seeded X80 versus the 14-seeded Sultan RS. Sultan RS got to a quick start, but I mean, you can't expect it to beat an X80. I mean, the X80 is like what, 2.8 million or 2.5 million or whatever. So that will be moving on to the next round. And last, no, not last, 7-seeded Osiris versus the 10-seeded GP1. The Osiris gets a great jump off the rip, and the GP1 just does not have enough room to catch it. And Osiris will be moving on to the next round. Next up, we got the 2-seeded Vagner versus the 15-seeded Voltic. This is the last of the first round of the red region. Voltic gets off to a great jump with his electric car, and but cannot hold it. The Vagner takes it, and we'll be moving on to the next round. So here's an updated look at the red region. We are not going to be jumping into that just yet. We're going to go back to the blue region. There are no play-in games in the blue region, so we're just going to jump right into the first round. Alright, the first matchup we got is the number 1 811 versus the 16-seeded Bullet, and it pretty much goes the way you expect it. The 811 just runs away with it from the start to the finish. And the 811 will be going on to the next round. Next up, we got the 8-seeded SC1 and the 9-seeded Tyrus. The SC1 gets off to a little bit faster jump than the Tyrus, but the Tyrus is able to pull away at the end, earning its spot in the second round. The battle of the entities is next. We got the XXR versus the XF, and the XF absolutely gets off to a roaring start. Will the XXR be able to catch it at the end? No, it will not. We got a big upset finally. We got the 12-seeded XF moving on to the next round. Sorry about this one. The Italian GTB versus Adder, we lost the footage of it, but the GTB did, in fact, win. Next up, we got the 6-seeded Autarch versus the 11-seeded Turismo. The Turismo got off to a pretty quick jump, but the Autarch just able to open it up and get it down the stretch. So the Autarch will be moving on to the next round. And we got the XA21 and the Infernus. Pretty much same story. The Infernus gets the first quick jump, and the XA is able to take it during the stretch. So no upsets there. 3-seed and 6-seed Autarch move on to the next round. Next up, we got the 7-seeded Tezeract versus the 10-seeded Zentorno, and the Zentorno got off to a really good start. It held the lead there for at least half the race, and the Tezeract was just able to pass it right at the end. And then the last race of the blue region, of the first round, T20 versus Cheetah, and the and the T20 just takes off. The Cheetah had no chance from start to finish, and that is the first round of the blue region. Here's an updated look at the blue region, but as before, we're going to jump back to the red region and complete the second round. So the first matchup of this round, we have the number 1 Cyclone versus the number 9 Taipan, and once again, the Cyclone absolutely destroys the competition. This one is going to be hard to beat, and there you go, it moves on to the third round. Next up, we have the number 5 Nero Custom, it is a custom, by the way, versus the 4 Tempesta, and the Tempesta gets off to a really good start, and the Nero, as you can see, it's catching it. Even with the drunk driving of the Tempesta is able to win. So that will be moving on. Next, we have the Visione versus the X80, and the X80 takes off from the rip. Does not look like the Visione is going to catch it. Yeah, there you go. The X80 will be moving on to the next round. No surprises there. Now we got the number 7 Osiris versus the number 2 Vagner, and the Osiris gets off to a really good jump. I don't know if the Vagner is going to be able to catch it. It does not look like it is. So there you go. The 2 seed is out of the tournament. The Vagner is gone. There is an updated red region. But before we do that, we're going to jump to the blue region and get the second round there done. Jumping right into it, we have the number 1 811 versus the number 9 Tyrus. And once again, the 811 just blows the competition out of the water. It looks like this is on a head-on collision with the Cyclone in the grand finals. So there you go. Moves on to the third round. Next up, we have the XF versus the Itali GTB. And as you can see, the XF got off to a really good start, but the Itali GTB is just a bit too much down the stretch and is able to pull out the victory. Next up, we got the 6 Autarch versus the number 3 seeded XA21. The XA21 gets off to a great jump. Will the Autarch be able to catch it down the stretch? No, it will not. The 3 seed moves on to the next round. And the last matchup we have is the Tezeract versus the number 2 seeded T20. T20 has the lead for about 2/3 of the race, but the Tezeract catches it near the end. So there you go. The 7 seed beats the 2 seed again. And there's an updated blue region bracket, and we're going to jump back to the red region and finish round 3. We are now in the Elite 8, and we have the Cyclone versus the Tempesta. Tempesta had it maybe for a split second, then the Cyclone just cruises past it. It hasn't had any competition at all this entire tournament, and it moves on to the next round. Next, we have the X80 and the Osiris going head-to-head. The Osiris, and they're pretty much even for about the first third of it, and then the X80 slowly pulls away, and we'll be moving on to the next round. So much for the 7-seeded Cinderella. There you go. There's the updated red region, and we're going to jump back to the blue region and finish this one out. In this matchup, we have the GTB versus the 811, and looks like finally we have the 811 has some competition. It's been blowing cars out, but the GTB, sticks around. I mean, it still comfortably wins, but at least, I could see someone this time. In this one, we have the XA21 versus the Tezeract, and the Tezeract pretty much holds the lead for the entire race, somewhat close, respectable, but Tezeract moves on, 7 seed versus number 1 seed, 811 in the finals of the blue region, as you can see right here. But before we do that, we'll jump back to the red region and finish the finals in this one. All right, we have the Cyclone versus the X80, and the X80 takes it right off the rip, but then there you go, see you later. Cyclone, again, just destroys the competition. I do not know who's going to beat this car. But yeah, it moves on to the finals. Now we're up to the blue region finals. All right, here we go. We have the 811 versus the Tezeract, and it's pretty much a dead even start right off the rip. The 811 pulls up a little bit. Here comes the Tezeract. We'll be able to catch it at the end. Ooh, it flips up too. I'm going to slow down here. The 811, it looks like it hits switches gears right at the end. It just hits that extra boost right there. But here we go. We're in the grand finals. We got the Cyclone versus the 811. Let's do this. All right, right off the rip, the 811 looks like it takes for a bit, and there goes the Cyclone. Oh my goodness. This is not even a close finals. The Cyclone blows every single car out. The Cyclone is in a class of its own. I mean, nothing even comes close. I know it's electric and all, but so is the Tezeract, so is the Voltic. Yet the Cyclone just destroys these cars. It destroys the 811. There's your winner. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. It was a tough video to make, but it was worth it. It was fun to make, fun to edit. And I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did enjoy it, make sure to like it. throw a comment. If you haven't yet, subscribe, share it on social media, whatever, and have a nice day.